Who are you?
Who am I?
Yes.
Talking proper, I am a spirit soul, which at the moment is trapped in the material world, basically.
C11.
The manifestation of my ignorance is this material body. So we are all trapped in the big prison fortress called Durga. And it is basically, this material world is a place for rectifying the conditioned soul who thinks that they are the lord of all they survey, basically. So this is real identity. But usually people, because of their misunderstandings, they think I am the body. Thus, when they ask such question, who are you? They will say I am French, I am my name, I am this, in relation with the material position. So in factuality, you should say I am a spirit soul.
And did you always think like this?
No, of course not. No. Without knowledge, without transcendental knowledge, basically, you cannot understand the real situation. So, by your influence of mode of nature, especially ignorance, you have to think. You must think that I am this body. Everyone, from babyhood, human being will identify himself with the body. So we think himself as a man, a girl, French, English, black, white, Christian, Muslim, but they are all designation, basically.
So I'm very interested. You dropped your fruit on the floor.
Yeah.
And then you picked it up and you're eating it.
Yeah.
And you don't feel it's contaminated at all?
No.
Because you don't need to wash it?
No.
Why?
As I explained to you, this food was first basically prepared, washed fully, and offered to the deity of Lord Krishna, basically. And it is understood by the Vedic literature that as soon as this food, any preparation made of fruit and vegetables, milk products, are offered in love and devotion to the Lord, it becomes prasadam, which means sanctified and purified, basically. So even if this food is dropping in a filthy place, is still considered as clean and purified. So those one with this food basically won't get affected by any so-called contamination of a filthy place, basically. And it goes in conjunction with, as well, your intrinsic faith conception. If one thinks this food is contaminated because it's fell on the floor, within his mind, if he eats it, he will think, oh, I'm going to be contaminated, I'm going to be sick. Just by the strength of the psychic state of the mind, he may get sick. You see.
Have you had experience of this?
Sorry?
Have you had experience of this happening where
I mean, there is definitely understanding, even scientifically, that one state of mind can affect his actual health.
I understand.
One will think, oh, I'm very sick, I'm very basically unfortunate. And this actually becomes his reality.
Okay.
And one sometimes is affected by serious disease, because if you always think, no, this won't attain me, I will go over it, he can sometimes extraordinarily ill from such a grave position, despite scientific or doctors basically confirmation that he will never get away from that, basically. So from the mind, basically, you can never basically rise or lie down.
Your mind creates the actual actions.
Exactly.
Right, I understand that.
But the devotee has complete faith on what the Lord Krishna is teaching and instructing, basically.
So you follow Hari Krishna.
Oh yes, yeah.
And how long have you been following Hari Krishna?
8 years.
And where are you from originally? What country are you from?
I was born in this body was born in France.
France. So what made you follow a faith which is somewhere based in India? What attracted you to that?
I was born in
Or is that the right question? Is that appropriate? Yeah.
I was born in a country we're supposed to follow Jesus Christ. We're supposed to be Catholic. But since I was a young age, I wasn't very satisfied or convinced by this faith, because I could see that all the practicants of Catholic faith were not actually following Jesus Christ's instruction. Because Jesus Christ basically explained the importance of loving God, basically, be gentle, to be basically non-violent. His first instruction was you should not kill, because the Christian world is very famous on holding the most big slaughterhouse, killing machines of the world, basically. Millions of animals get killed. So I was very doubtful about the credibility of the Catholic way of life. Also many wars, obviously, blood in the name of God, which is not obviously appropriate, or you can connect this with the real understanding that love is God is embodiment of all love, basically. With Krishna consciousness, I found out actually the real form of the person of God, basically. And the scriptures are filled not only with description of the Lord as He is, but it's full of beautiful pastime of His Lordship, demonstrating His inconceivable, basically, beauty, and also reality in the realm of the spiritual world. So one very essential story was River Scriptures, Krishna Bhagavad Gita. Gradually realize the reality of the spiritual world. In the material world, we are just expanding perverted reflection of reality. So we are more or less basically bewildered by the material energy of the material world.
So did you study this in France or UK, or did you go to India to study?
UK.
You studied this here. So you, from what I understand and what I sense, is you lead a very pure, clean life. Your actions are very clean and pure.
Sorry?
Your actions are very clean and pure. Your thoughts are very clean and pure.
Yes.
So did you have a time before you had clean actions and clean thoughts that you didn't live such a clean and pure way?
Yes.
And forgive me for putting it that way.
Yeah.
So what changes happened to you after you started leading a pure and clean life? Can you see things like, can you see auras of people? Can you sense people without having to talk to them? Can you see auras?
Yeah.
Is that something that developed after you started leading a pure life?
What you see, I was full of unwanted habits, basically. I was full of unwanted habits that it is easily to take in matter in the Western world. Because in the Western world, we are trained to be impure. We are trained to eat meat. We are trained to take purification, drinking wine, smoking. We are trained to have illicit relation with women. We are trained to get a desire to have more money, to enjoy gambling, all those things. which are described in the Vedic literature as the four pillars of sinful life. Those four activities. So as I was born in France, I was trained to be like that. Eating meat, age of 14, 16, drink wine. Then because of my association, to smoke, enjoying women basically. And in that way, you cannot understand your real position, or you can understand God as He is. It's a process which works, and so much that it has bring so many people all over the world, millions from different countries, race and culture, to adopt this non-sectarian way of life, basically. A real religion, spiritual religion, based on understanding that material bodies are not what we are. We are all united in that spiritual platform. So the real peace in this world, or the real fraternity in this world, is based on a spiritual platform, not on body platform. Body conception of life means I have my friends or enemy. It creates basically separation between group of people. Because the whole world, due to lack of Christian consciousness, are in constant chaos basically. Politically, with religion, socially, everybody is fighting to one another because they do not know, do not understand basically God as He is basically.
Is it necessary to eat meat? Is it necessary for people to eat meat?
No.
What happens when people eat meat?
People eat meat basically, they increase sort of passion with them, and also they are more agitated with anger, nervousness usually. So sometimes eating meat, especially red meat, means I need to digest this food, to deal with this food by drinking wine. And if I this wine with the meat, it increases my sexual impulses. So I become more animalistic, you see. Krishna explains that food for man is fruit, vegetables, milk product, nuts, and it's eating mode of goodness, basically. Eating meat is eating mode of passion, you see. And the man is supposed to move to the mode of goodness. Only on that platform can one understand the transcendental quality of Krishna, understand his spiritual nature. No one can understand God as He is by eating meat, drinking wine, and indulging in so much unwanted activities such as enjoying women for sex enjoyment, such a thing basically.
So, can you describe a good diet? Not a diet which is bad for you obviously, but a diet, what would be the ideal foods to eat? Obviously you say fruit and vegetables. When I say diet,
Yeah.
is it just food I'm meaning, or also it's a spiritual way of thinking, and also what you take in with your eyes? That's the diet as well, isn't it? It's all feeding you.
Yeah.
It's not just food that feeds you.
Well, you see, real food is love of God. Real food for the soul, because the soul technically don't need to eat. This body needs to be sustained with material, with food. But the soul proper has no need for food. Its only food is love of God, which he can get in the material world by reading authorized scriptures about the Lord, chanting His holy name. Such activities is a real food for the soul. But to sustain his body, he must eat. If we don't eat, we die. Thus, we have to eat the food according to the Lord's instruction. And He gives us so much variety of fruits, vegetables. With milk we can prepare so many variety of nice preparation, very tasty, very attractive. That is to eat meat whatsoever. Also, physiologically, of the human body is similar to the intestine of the vegetarian animal eater. Our teeth set as well is similar to them. We are not designed to eat meat like a meat animal eater. Also our acid gastric is low. It explains that human being cannot properly digest this food because it is the cause of so many diseases like cancer, bowel cancer, stupidity.
It manifests itself in cancers and diseases of the body. So, do you fast? Is there a reason for fasting if you fast?
Yeah.
And how do you fast? Do you have like a 1-day fast or 2-day fast?
Usually in the Vedic calendar, there is twice a month there is a day called Ekadashi. It's according to the moon. Movement basically.
Okay, was this something you learned from the Vedas?
Yeah.
Is this something the teaching of the Vedas?
Yeah, exactly.
Right, okay.
It's twice a month. When you should fast from grain, grain on pulses basically on those days. So usually devotees are advised to eat only fruits if possible.
Okay.
Or you can fast even from everything. But fasting is good to regulate basically the digestive system basically.
It gives the body a rest, the digestive system, because it's working all the time.
There is some days actually where you have to observe complete fast, even from water.
Yeah.
And it is just to also to make you realize that you are not this body. So by fasting in such a way, you can go on for 24 hours without food or water, and I realize that actually you function very perfectly. At the beginning the mind was a little bit disturbed because the mind, I mean, the body is asking for such demand, but it can go over. But if one has any condition, basically he must obviously drink a little or eat a little. It's not like you shouldn't be fanatic about that.
Okay. Now, do you live in the equivalent of a Hari Krishna ashram, or you live away from?
I live outside because I am householder. But I do every day a service.
You go every day to do service. So, do you only eat prasadam, or sometimes if you see something and the smell is nice, like a pizza or something, or a curry, do you eat outside of the Hari Krishna house?
No. So
Ever?
I eat at the temple, or I eat food that I prepare myself. But I do not eat in restaurants. Devotees do not eat in restaurants or other things like that.
Ever?
No. Because it is explained, the consciousness of the person who prepares the food affects actually the food itself.
Yeah.
If you eat outside, and one consciousness is not proper, you will be affected by its own consciousness. Food preparation. So it is explained to be contaminated.
By the foods.
Yeah, exactly.
So, in the 8 years that you've been following Hari Krishna, you've never eaten out in a restaurant or any other place. You've never been tempted.
It has happened that to social with long-term clients that you wanted to eat outside. But what I did is I took only salads, and I make a prayer with my mind to Krishna to understand this when I go to the next topic.
Okay, that's fantastic. So have a stop here. All right. So thank you very much.
You're very welcome.
What's your name?
My name is Arianne.
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 All right. So do you use the internet?
Oui?
Do you use the internet?
Yes.
So can I put this interview on my YouTube channel? Is that possible? Yeah, it's a very positive channel. The name of the channel is called Travels in India.
Travels in India.
London.
Okay.
And the UK. So if you search for that, I'll put it up within the next week or so. I'll look through it and edit it if necessary.
It's prasadam.
Thank you.
It's a cake, carrot cake, very nice.
Thank you. You made this?
The temple in Paris.
Oh, right.
I was in Paris for Ratiatra.
Oh, really?
On Sunday, big festival.
Wow.
No Ratiatra?
No, I know that.
Indian festival.
No, I don't. I kind of. You need to get off here. Oh, did he stop? So Hari Bol.
Hari Krishna.
Thank you. God bless you. Huh?
What's your name?
Vijay.
Vijay.
Vijay. Go to India. When you have chance, go to India.
Travel what?
Travels in India,
Travels in India.
London,
London.
and the UK.
Hari Krishna.
Hari Krishna, Hari Bol.
C11 to Archway.